Alright, today I'm going to be making a couple changes to some decks. Let's start with the easy one first. So first deck up to be tuned up, Tivar the Bellicose. Tivar is my black-green elf deck. It took me a long time to build this deck. I started as Karthus Tyrant of Jund. The idea was I would have basically Jund elves, Karthus come in and air support when he's needed, or commander damage when the opportunity presented itself. It never worked. Never worked out as I intended. So then I switched it to Corvald. And, or was this Askia? I switched to something else. And that didn't work. And finally I found out about Tivar the Bellicose. And he's perfect. 2 black-green for a 5/4 legendary elf warrior. Whenever one or more elves control attack, they gain Death Touch Hotel in a turn. Nice. Fucking airplanes. Each creature control has, whenever a mana ability of this creature resolves, it gets a number of plus and plus encounters on it, equal to the amount of mana it produced, only once each turn. Well, okay, so only once to each turn, but still. Some of the creatures he's got, some of the elves working for him, can become pretty fucking huge, pretty fucking fast. So the deck works pretty well, except it has a serious problem. Let me go through and just show some of the creatures. Can you see this one has an irrelevant keyword? Can you see what the problem might be? What a lot of these creatures are lacking? Can you see what they're lacking? Reach or flying? Reach or flying. So she's got reach. I only have a few creatures with reach. I've got nothing in here that flies. So flying creatures just kick my ass. I've got 3 cards for dealing with flyers. I've got Hurricane. I've got Spider Silk Armor, which is a green enchantment. 2 colorless, 1 green. All your creatures gain +0/+1 in reach. Full stop. And then I've got Akroma's Memorial, which is a 7 mana cost artifact. All your creatures gain flying, first strike, trample, protection from black, protection from red, and vigilance. So it gives all my creatures flying, which solves the problem. The problem is, though, unless I can get one of those cards down, if I can find them in a stack of 99 cards. See, there's the Spider Silk Armor. Isn't it beautiful? I love it in foil. I like Scott Hampton's art. I really do. It's got a neat style to it. Unless I can find one of those cards, I just get shredded by flyers. They just kick my ass. Coat of Arms doesn't do shit. Vanquisher's Men... Yeah, Coat of Arms helps with the counterattack, but it doesn't stop me from getting just pummeled in the sky, from the sky. So what I could do is I could put in a... is it called Gravity Well? I think it's called Gravity Well. Creatures that are flying, when they attack, they lose flying. Well, so then I'd have 4 cards with a couple of random reaching elves that can deal with flyers. It's not enough. Is it better to put in a 4th card that can deal with flying attackers? Or is it better to find something that can deal with them? I think it's better to find something that can deal with them. And yes, I don't really use unrestricted tutors in my decks. I have a lot of restricted tutors. Quite a few. I mean, this deck has at least 1, which is the Green Sun Zenith. But I own 3 demonic tutors. I don't have any of them in decks. I have 2 vampiric tutors, those are in decks, but one of them is the vampire judge foil, and that's in Edgar Markov because it belongs. He's a vampire commander. His deck has nothing that isn't a native vampire. So Roaming Throne is not in there, even though when it comes to play it becomes a vampire, since it is not a vampire natively and does not trigger Edgar's ability on casting. It's not there. So, you know, Vampiric Tutor fits the bill. So anyway, I'm going to take out Miara Thorn of the Glade. 1 in a black for a 1/2 Elf Scout. Whenever she or another elf I control dies, I may pay 1 life and 1 mana and draw a card. I've not had her in play. I really don't know how good she is in the deck, or how bad she is in the deck. But she seems like the safest thing to take out. Maybe. I'm going to try it. So Miara Thrown in the Glade comes out. This Demonic Tutor goes in, so we can find... Now granted, my ways of dealing with flyers, Hurricane, once the hurricane is passed, it's a sorcery, so it's 1 shot, goes in the graveyard. Of course, it also can hurt my opponents and me, so if I'm at a higher life total than they are, maybe I can take some of those bastards out with me. You know, with their flyers, not with me. I don't want to die too. So I'm going to take Tivar tonight to see if this change helps me get to where I want to be. I could take out Tedger Preserver, because he's kind of a... Sometimes he won't do a goddamn thing. Sometimes he's going to sit there and be a 2/1 for 2 mana. That's it. Other times, he's going to really save my ass, because my opponents can't make me sacrifice my dudes. Since I don't know which one, even though Miara is more reliable, and maybe since I have attrition in the deck, I should leave her in there. Well, let's take a look. Is there anything else I should take out instead of Miara? I'm just going to skip through quickly. So whenever another non-token elf dies, I get an elf token, so that's good to recover. Whenever she attacks, I untap all my other creatures. Destroy artifacts, enchantments. When my creatures get tokens, they get more. When they have tokens on them, they get ward, they get protected. There's the attrition. So, what about this guy? Maybe I should take this guy out. So if I'm taking out Miara, or I'm taking out something because I need a way to find my tools to deal with flyers. So this guy has Flash and Reach, so he can be a surprise blocker. And whenever another of my creatures comes into play, I can pay X, and he gets X +1/+1 counter, so he can get bigger faster. Maybe he should come out because he's kind of narrow. I don't know. Sometimes this is like pulling teeth. No, she doesn't. She untaps my Bellwisher, she untaps my Elvish Archdruid, she untaps a lot of creatures that give me mana and do things, so no. Elvish Hunter. She's kind of funny. She's from Fallen Empires. The power set. 1 in green for a 1/1 elf, 1 in green tap. Target creature is not untap as normal during its controller's next. So she'll keep down something that I can't deal with. This guy can help me deal with flyers. If I play more elf spells, I can potentially kill a flyer. She gets Lansdowne. This is going to be hard. Reach and Death Touch. So I do have random reaching elves. Problem is getting them when I don't seem to get them when I need them. I don't have enough. So that's why I'm putting in the Demonic Tutor. 2 and a green for 2/3. Essentially, is an elf. Choose a creature type, elf. Look at top card of the library any fucking time you feel like it. Cast creature spell. Yeah, she needs to stay. She stays. Elvish War Master. Whenever more elves come into play, I get more elves. Only once each turn, but mana helps with the elves. Life gain. She's just fucking fantastic. Other creatures can all get +1/+1. She's got Reach. Whenever she attacks, again, one life for every attacking elf I control. Maybe I should take out the Phyrexian Colossus, because it's kind of cheating to have him in here. He has been quite relevant, though. I don't have a lot of ways of dealing with creatures that have, black. Maybe I should take him out. The thing is, though, he can get really big really fast because of all the mana elves I have. So, if I activate his ability twice, he'll be an 8/8 and a 16/16. If I can give him trample, here we go, lads. Time to smash face. Is there anyone else that would be better to excise? This is funny. Last time I played it, the genie he ended it. So I destroyed something from Cube. Cube sent it back, and the genie I don't want to play this game. No Chain of Acid continuation for you guys, which is disappointing. It's always funny when Chain of Acid is cast. That's what happens. Either one thing gets destroyed, maybe two, and then somebody doesn't want to play, or all of a sudden there's nothing but creatures. There are no lands, there are no artifacts, there are no enchantments. Does it hit planeswalkers? It's old wording. Does it say non-land permanent? Let's take a look. Non-creature permanent, yep. So there'd be just creatures. No lands, no planeswalkers, no enchantments, no artifacts. Boom. I can't really see anything else. So Miara will get me cards. This guy just gets big flashes and reaches. So actually, let's take out the Wildborn Preserver for the Demonic Tutor. Let's do that. Let's do that, and we'll pretend like I know what I'm talking about and what I'm doing. So there we go. There's T-Var sorted. Next deck I want to make some change to, and this might be a bit longer, even though I spent 12 minutes of fucking T-Var. Sig River Cutthroat. Blue, blue, black, black hybrid. Had some jackass say it's pronounced Demir, and that is not optional. Oh, fuck you. I can pronounce it however the hell I want, because it is black, black, blue, blue hybrid. It's 2 hybrid mana. You can say that, to be clear. So anyway, Sig River Cutthroat, he commands my discard deck. There are 2 kinds of discard decks. There is discard yourself for madness, for value, and then there's discard and knock all the cards out of your opponent's hands, and a few of yours from time to time, depending on what you're running, in order for them to not have any cards to screw with you. So if you're only with cards, your position improves significantly. So anyway, he's cheap to cast. He comes down in turn 2. He's a 1/3. So in the early game, he's a credible blocker. At the end of turn, if an opponent lost 3 or more life this turn, you draw a card. So what I need to do for him is focus the discard. So I got these in. Well, I got 2 in and 1 to trade it for. Bone Miser. 4 and a black for 4/4 zombie wizard. Whenever I throw away a creature card, I get a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Whenever I throw away land, I get double black. Whenever I throw away a non-creature, non-land card, draw a card. So I replace it. Megrim. Something the deck really needs is a way to do more damage. I have a Liliana's Caress on order. The guy that I bought it from lives in Czech Republic, and that's why I ordered from him, because I thought he would send it within a day or 2 of payment being received. No, he waited 4 fucking days. So I would have had the card. If he had sent it Monday, I'd have the card today. I'd have Liliana's Caress and Megrim. But I don't, because he didn't send it until yesterday. Thank you very much, Mr. Czech Guy. Next time I order from you, I remember you specifically are not as fast as your countrymen. And I'll order from somebody else in Czech Republic if I need it quickly, because some people are more responsive. So anyway, 2 and a black for an enchantment. Whenever an opponent throws away a card, it does 2 damage. If I had Liliana's Caress, which is the same damn card, just with a different name, I double the effect. If I had them both in play, that's For damage, Sig would trigger, so I would get a card out of it. But if I only have, having 2 also increases the chance that I'll draw into one of them. And then Oppression. I traded this off of Yiji. Sometimes I see him, sometimes I don't. He comes when he can. He's a busy guy. He's a student. That works. So, randomly, he just doesn't have time. And even what he does, he only stays for what feels like 20 minutes, and then he has to go home because he lives far away. But he likes joining the games. He likes coming to the pub with us, and we appreciate him having. So it's always good when he can come. So I traded this off him. I wanted one anyway. Wanted a foil. Don't care. He didn't have a foil one. So 1 black to oppress everybody. Oppression enchantment. Whenever a player casts a spell, that player throws away a card. That includes me. I don't like that too much, but I think it's going to be more effective. Speaking of duplicate effects, there are 3 versions of this. Now with Fallen Final Fantasy, there are 4 versions of this card. There are 4 black creatures that are 1 and a black for a 1/1 creature, and when they come into play, each opponent throws away a card. There are 4 of them now. I've got 3 of them in the deck, and I'm not going to get the 4th because this fucking universe is beyond. I don't deal with that shit. So, what do I want to take out for these? I'm just going to take out, I'm going to set aside what works. So land works, he works. The reason this is in here is I've noticed from time to time my dual color decks without green, without the easy way to go find specific lands so I get the colors I need. Sometimes I struggle. I'll have a lot of blue, not enough black, a lot of black, that happens. So Myriad Landscape should shore that up. Yes, it comes to play tapped, but I can spend 2, sacrifice it, go find 2 basic lands of the same type, put them into play tapped and shuffle. Really, why does this need to come into play tapped? So you can't use it on the turn. It's retarded. It should make it a rare, make it so it comes into play untapped, and make the other lands come into play tapped. I mean, that everything comes into play. Fuck that. Land stays. Fiend of the Shadows, 3 black for a 3/3 flying vampire wizard. Whenever one of my opponents gets hit by her, they exile a card from the hand. I can play it as long as it remains exiled. Maybe I don't. Let's see. Whenever she deals damage to a player, exiles card from it. You may. I really don't need that. It's a good thing I went to this exercise. That's a holdover from when it was a Spectre deck. The Spectres are no longer working, so I became more discard because it's harder to get small flyers through with all the random reach. Even though I was just bitching about random reach with Tivar, when you've got 3 people, it's more likely that somebody's going to have something that can block one of your little creatures, that when it hits them, something nasty happens, and they don't want something nasty to happen to them, so they block it and it dies. So I'll take out Fiend of the Shadows. I take out him for the same reason. Maybe. So 2 black-blue, 2/3 flyer. When he comes into play, I bounce a blue or black creature back to my hand. When he deals combat damage to a player, I choose a card and make him throw it away. Maybe I should just take him out full stop. The reason is to bounce guys like this. Bounce the Nezumi Shortfang, bounce the Burglar Rat. But it's kind of a one-shot, and I've got Equilibrium, so I really don't need that. I might as well take it out. Lily Spectre, 1 black, comes into play. Every opponent throws away a card, 2/1 flyer. So basically, for 1 more black, it's a Burglar Rat with an additional power and flying. So I do have 4 of those effects. Land, the Raven Man. So I can make everybody discard, each opponent discard a card, and at the beginning of every end step, if anybody discarded a card for any reason, I get a bird. Because bird is the word. Let's leave that. Land, yeah?
Murgies in the fridge for me, right?
What?
The 2 Murgies in the fridge, those are for me, right?
Did Mommy eat hers? Who ate the other ones?
I I don't know.
Did you have any?
No.
Okay, so yeah, they're for you if you didn't have any.
Okay, thanks.
So Mommy ate them. She had her 2. Or her 4. Mommy ate 4 of them. Waste Not and Bone Miser. I want to see if it's the same artist. No, this is Matt Stewart and this is Antonio Jose Manzanero. Cool, okay. So anyway, Waste Not stays. Let's see. Turgid stays. Everybody loves seeing Turgid when they're not playing her. She's definitely one of the game changers in the deck. 3 black, 4 to 5 menacing god. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent or throws away a permanent card, you can take it from them and put it into play into your control for free. Strip Mine. Yeah. So if somebody has Cabal Coffers and Urborg out, Urborg Tomb Yawgmoth, that isn't me, and I'm trying to make them discard, I should probably at least hit their coffers too, so when they do draw a card, if I can't make them discard it quickly enough, I can make sure they don't have the mana to cast anything big. So, strip it out. Sword of Sinnoh and Steel. I was thinking of taking these out. I've got Sword of Sinnoh and Steel, and I've got, I think, Light and Shadow. So 3 to build it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, protection for black and red. Whenever equipped creature smacks somebody, destroy a planeswalker and an artifact, up to 1 each. And it doesn't have to be the player you smack. You can hit somebody that was just sitting there thinking that, oh, thank God he didn't attack me with that. Wait, you're blowing up my planar portal? You're blowing up my Gate to Phyrexia? No, Gate to Phyrexia is different. What's the fucking thing that costs, I think it costs 9. And when it comes to play, target opponent sacrifices 3 creatures. What is that? Or Aetherflux, you're blowing up my Aetherflux Reservoir? Oh fuck yeah, I am. Also, this doesn't quite work with Noetic Scales because it makes the creatures bigger. And if I let's say I give it to Sig, Sword of Sinnoh and Steel. So he's a 3/5. If I only have 2 cards in my hand, Noetic Scales triggers during my upkeep, I have to bounce Sig back to my hand. Not the end of the world, but it's kind of a... I don't want to say annoyance. It's just, it is, fuck it, it is what it is. Sangromancer, whenever an opponent has a creature die, I get 3 life off of it. Whenever an opponent throws away a card, I can gain 3 life off that too. So she's cool. Rise of the Dark... It's kind of the finishing card. 7 black, 9 fucking mana. Put all creature cards from all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. You command the dead. Yeah, so idea is make everybody discard a bunch of cards, kind of control the game from that aspect, and then eventually get all the creatures and end it. Smash face. I'm going to go faster because I want to hurry up and get this done. Gets Grimoire. Whenever an opponent discards a card, you may draw a card. What's funny as hell is when I was testing out this version of SIG that you see me going through now, even before these changes, the Genie was playing his discard deck, his Madness deck. So I cast Limb to the Vault. I looked at the top 5 cards in the library. Genie said this is going to take a while because he thought I was going to keep searching until I find something. And the top 5 cards was Guess Grimoire. So I put that on top. And then on my turn I cast it. When the Genie is playing a deck where he is going to be discarding cards a lot intentionally. So he's like, fuck, every time I do Madness you're going to get a card. Yeah. Liliana Hartical Healer. So she's kind of a tricky bird. So one of my non-token creatures has to croak for her to flip. And then she's a 2/3 lifelink. When she flips, it's +2, everybody throws away a card. I can return creature cards, non-legendary, from her graveyard to the battlefield. So, as a planeswalker, she's interesting. And I think she's worth the hoop I have to jump through. Also, if nobody wants me to flip her over when I start attacking, because my creature is going to be small, I'm not going to block anyway. Alcatraz, he's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just I just want to hurry up and go through this. Maybe I'll take out Rexiel. Rexiel, 3 and a black and blue. 5/8 legendary Kraken. Island Walk, Swamp Walk. So he's got double evasion. Whenever he smacks a player, I can cast an instant or sorcery from their graveyard without paying its mana cost. And then if it would be put in a graveyard, I exile it. So, problem with him is Noetic Scales is going to make me bounce it back to my hand. And Noetic Scales is the key card in the deck. I really do want to put it in play. I really do want to have it out there to protect me. But he costs a lot of mana. He costs 6. So, let's keep the Sword of Sin and Steel, actually. We'll think about Rexiel. Let's burn through this. Land, Sword of Feast Famine. That's the sword that I have. Because it makes somebody discard a card when they get hit, and I untap all my lands. There's the Elderfang Disciple, Painful Quandary, Darkness. Yeah, I better keep that. Equilibrium. So I don't need the Doomsday Spectre. I have Equilibrium. Siphon Mind. This is funny because it used to be played a lot. It used to be if somebody's playing a deck with black, odds are they were running Siphon Mind. And then one day, nobody was running it anymore. It just fell off. Everybody forgot about it. Crystal Shard. Return target creature to its owner's hand unless they pay 1. This is mainly to bounce my creatures back so I can get more value out of them. Wrinkle's Prank. Yeah, I hope none of you are really getting annoyed because I'm just going through this quickly and I'm not really giving a true deck review. I just wanted to make a no more than 30-minute video and sort this problem out. So Hostage Taker, the reason it stays 2 black-blue for 2/3 human, not only is she good, when she comes to play, I can exile a creature, also an artifact. The deck has very few ways of dealing with artifacts. Hostage Taker is one of those ways. I can exile an artifact and then cast it as long as it remains exiled. Okay, Master, she comes to play, I bounce an instant sorcery back to my hand. Tiny Bones. Beginning of each end step, opponent discarded. Draw a card, lose 1 life. Yep. He's good. Necrogoyf. Thing is, Necrogoyf is not going to work very well with Noetic Scales. He's going to be hugely powerful, and Scales is just going to keep saying, put it back in your hand. He's too goddamn big. And since I don't have any haste in the deck, I don't think, I'd forget if I have Swiftfoot Boots in here. But the thing is, in a way, he still works for me, because when I bounce him back to my hand, if I trigger an ability that makes everybody discard, including me, I can discard and pay his mana cost, madness cost. So, in a way, it works out. Mana Rock, Yenny's Expertise. 2 black sorcery. All creatures get -3/-3 until the end of the turn, and then I can throw a card with CMC 3 or less into play for free. Dragonlord Solumgar. So I've got Rexiel here, which is kind of a beater. I've got Solumgar here, which it's the same CMC, 6/6, 3/5 flying Death Toucher. Comes into play, gain control of creature or planeswalkers. Yeah, let's see. So whenever an opponent throws away a card, exile it, the stash counter. During my turn, I can play cards I don't own with stash counters on them from exile. Each opponent throws away a card. That's good. Notion Thief. If an opponent draw a card, yeah, I'll keep that. Insight. I still haven't seen if this is good or not. Look, it's a kitty girl. So, I'm going to keep that in and see if it works. Etherize. It's looking like Rexiel. Let's see, Urborg, Dimir Doppelganger. So people are going... What's funny... Okay, this is going to be a bit longer than 30 minutes. Damn it. What's funny is... So, last game I cast her. And I forget who it was. I forget if it was the genie or cube, but one of them said, "What is that?" I'm like, "You don't know what this is? Are you kidding me?" And they, "How much does it cost to activate?" And I told them and showed them the card, and I'm like, "How much does that cost?" And I said, "You mean euros? Nothing. It's financially worthless." "Really? This is such a good card." And I'm thinking, holy fucking shit. So here I've got this old random card that everybody thinks is pretty much junk, even in foil. And they're, probably because they're realizing what my deck is doing, figured it's a good card, which it is in this deck. Limdol's Vault, there it is. Liliana Wake of the Dead, everybody throws away a card. Every opponent who can't loses 3 life. Mind Slicer. When he croaks, everybody throws away their hand. Suck it. If I've got Memory Plunder, I really don't need Rexiel, do I? Let's see, Flare of Denial. So, Sig, he only costs 2. So, yeah, the second time I cast him, it would be 4, 2 for the commander attacks. But in a pinch, if I really need to counter a spell, yeah, he can come back in a later turn. Rankle, Dismember, Ashiok. My opponents can't search their libraries, and target player puts top 4, mills 4, and then exile everybody else. Great. Yeah, I'll keep that. Venser, Shaper Savant. I like Venser, I like him a lot. Geth, Lord of the Vault. Well, he gets me artifacts or creatures out of people's graveyards, and then they mill that many cards, so I find more things, and if I'm making... So I think he should stay. Baleful Strix. He's basically a wall of stall. Play him, draw your card, and look at people funny if they think they're going to attack you. Okay. So I think Rexiel is what I need to take out. So let's pull him out of his beautiful sleeve. We'll put in the Bone Miser. So we go from 6 CMC to 5. Doomsday Spectre, which kind of chuffed about this one because it took me a while to find a near mint foil Doomsday Spectre. Took a while. No, he's out. There he goes. But let's put some oppression in there. So the creature count in this deck is going down. Which is kind of bad, but it is what it is, right? Okay, Fiend of Shadows. Fiend of the Shadows. Shadow Fiend. Okay, she comes out. Megrim goes in. And of course, when I do get that Liliana's Caress in, I'm going to have to run this exercise an additional time in order to find out what I'm going to take out for that. So there we go. There's today's video. Hope you like it.